name is Kila M and I am your host. This is the first official episode of TVCONNECT, so I will lay it out nicely for you, okay? This is a beautiful space, a beautiful platform where we talk everything art with artists, okay? So it doesn't really matter what kind of an artist you are, because we know the artist as a name, it comes along with so many different branches. So it doesn't matter which one you fall part of. This is your home. So today, I am not alone. I'm never gonna be alone, okay? I am with a beautiful lady, a sister to me, an artist in training, but that is just professionally, okay? I believe an artist is born. Now please, let's put our hands together for my sister. Her name is Kamogelo Sikwane. Did I get the name correct?
Yes, you did. Actually, I'm surprised you got the surname correct.
Hello, Gamu.
Hi.
How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, and I'm actually excited that you are here. I mean, who's joining us today?
Thank you for having
My
me.
first guest, guys, our first guest. Please clap your hands wherever you are. Gamu, I'm interested in finding out quite a lot about you. I have here bits and pieces about you, but not fully. I would love to know, who is Gamu? Where is she from? How was it like growing up, actually?
Yo, where do I begin? Okay, I'm Kamogelo Sikwane. Born and bred.
Kinelu.
Yes.
Okay, I love that. I love that. We're
Yeah.
gonna take that.
No.
Okay.
I don't like using the name because it's a very sacred name. Like,
Okay.
I feel like not just everybody can use it. I'm not just saying like you can't use it, but like I feel like, I don't know,
It's that important.
it's that important to me, you know. I was
Mhm.
named after my late grandmother. I'd never knew.
Oh.
So my mother's father.
Mhm.
Yeah. I was born and bred in Soweto. Moved to Cosmo City in 2017 to live with my mom. What else do you want to know?
How was the environment?
My environment.
How was it like at home?
Home was okay. I think under the circumstances we thrived. My mom worked hard. She worked to get to having us and my little brother have like a home to call our own. So I'd say, yeah, it was fairly fine.
And daddy?
Who's there?
Okay,
I'm
move.
kidding. Well, my dad and I, we were okay until he got married, and then things just fell apart. And I was just like, nah, it's fine. You stay there in your corner. I'll stay in my corner. It's still, I don't want to say work in progress, because for it to be a progress, it has to start. So it hasn't started. It hasn't become a progress. Yeah, it's just it.
Okay, let's come from Soweto. So now let's talk about the transition from high school into tertiary. Let's talk about that.
Okay, so for me, I basically did tertiary twice, right? So firstly, I did photography in 2019 because I think I went through a phase in matric where I'm like, I don't know what the hell I want to do.
Oh, that confusion.
Yeah, that confusion. So at first I'm like, I even told my mom one night driving back from, I think it was a parents meeting or something, and I said to her, look, I actually want to become a soldier. She looked at me and she's like, Kamogelo, what did you say? Like, feel like since I'm like, yeah.
Photography,
Anyway, the
soldier.
rest of it, you know. And then I'm like, so during the course of the year in 2018, I kept on taking pictures of people, and I'm like, actually, you take good pictures. You should consider. Now imagine you're a confused molecule, and then this thing comes up that you never really thought about, like photography.
Something.
I'm like, okay, babe, let's give it a try. And then I went to college for a year. It was a year course. That transition wasn't so bad. I guess the only bad thing was the traveling, guys. I took like 6 to 7 taxis a day, just to get to.
Where's the college?
It was in Greenstone.
So for you to get to the class, 6, 7 taxis
a day. So like probably I'd take 3 going, 3 coming back.
Okay, come on, that's a lot.
So that transition from college from high school to college in 2019, it wasn't so bad. Then I came to UP.
Yeah, then you arrived at UP.
You're right.
Let's talk about
fly UP.
The decision actually for you to like move from college to university. Like, what happened there?
So I had a chat with my mom, and she's like my mom was mad, guys. Like, she was like, you're sleeping on your talent. one day you're gonna wake up and all of this will be gone and you're gonna shoot yourself in the foot. And I think I needed that conversation because I started this at a young age. Like, to be quite honest, I went to, those Saturday schools, like where they teach drama and whatever. And at the time, I didn't understand what I was doing.
What's going on?
But apparently, I was good at what I was doing. And I'm like, what?
You were not aware.
And I was not aware, right? And I'm like, damn, I actually started this whole thing a long time ago. And then it got me thinking, actually, Kamogelo, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? Then I applied. I applied at Wits, I applied at UCT, but UP was home, honestly. Like, yeah, the curriculums in the other schools, they as good, but I was just like, something was like, to me, go to UP, like my spirit
the space for you, literally.
And then I transitioned, and when I came to UP, it was during the peak of COVID, so 2021.
Oh, hey! Life was not nice.
No, life was not nice at that point. And I was like, it went from now, remember, I have the whole background with college. And then now it's a thing of you in university. And now it's no longer contact classes. You're online. And part of this degree is being like physically embodying your work, right?
You're studying acting. Through a computer.
Make it make sense.
That's a lot. That's
it
a lot.
Really was. It was a big transition. And then it's like, Ning would have like online classes. Then would have on-campus classes. Then they would get cancelled because somebody caught COVID. So it was a big back and forth in 2021. I don't want to lie. 2021 was rough for us.
I can imagine. Let's talk about acting. You were not aware of your talent, were you? You were not. You just sort of liked whatever that was happening. You didn't understand. You didn't know that this is something I can actually run along with, like as in my career or whatever, right? So coming into UP, how was it like? Like, did it change everything for you? Like, did you now realize on the other side that actually this is something? Because whatever someone is seeing from outside, those people want to be celebrities. Those people want this. Like, how is the transition from whatever you watching TV and then now actually being on stage, actually doing this? How has that been for you?
All I can say is whoever still thinks that acting is just a child's playground, it's not. Acting is a lot of, those people work. Those people work. And I think one thing that I've learned that, you know how we always see the final product, but it took me a long time to be like, you don't have to do it once and get it right, so that transition for me, I realized that, hey, you work.
You go through it all.
Like, yo, it's a lot. It's a lot of work. It really is.
Yeah. What do you see yourself with this acting thing?
Where do I see myself? The beauty with our degree is that we don't mainly focus on acting. As in like TV acting. There's theater acting, there's directing,
so broad.
Theater making, there's radio, etc. So for me, I don't know where the universe is going to take me, but
wherever it
is taking me, I can see the path. I can kind of see where the final product is going to be. I guess it's just a matter of getting there. Yeah.
Are you one of those people who believe that acting can heal a person?
Yes. I feel like as a person, as an actor, I can heal through acting. So for instance, depending on the type of technique I would use, I feel like some of these techniques help you confront some of the realities that you don't want to confront, right?
Yes.
So in that you find healing. Also healing somebody that's watching you perform. That can also happen because you would think, I'm just on stage, delivering lines.
Just doing this.
But somebody, actually inspiring somebody who lost their passion to actually come back to life, you know what I mean? So it happens either way, from a spectator's point of view and from a performer's point of view. So definitely.
You also teach someone else something.
Definitely.
That's great. I want to know this. What's your take on the reality that comes with being a public figure? The fame, the loss of your privacy. Like, are you comfortable with that? Are you ready for that? Because that might just pop in at any moment. What's your take on that?
I think for me, it's going to be what I make it. So if I'm going to overexpose myself to people, I need to keep it up because that's the person that they got introduced to. So I cannot go from being a flamboyant public figure to being, no, now I'm on my private space. So for me, it's like a thing of, I'd have to sit down and control the narrative for me. You know, of course, there will be times when people would feel entitled to us as performers or people that would get famous. So I think it's also me knowing my boundaries with my fans and knowing Gucci, there is a fan relationship, and then there's my private. You guys fell in love with the character. You didn't.
That's it.
You know, you didn't necessarily fall in love with me, unless if, of course, I go to interviews and whatever. But also the narrative that I choose to share is one that I can control. So if I can control my own narrative, then yeah.
I don't want to lie to you guys. It's a lot that I'm taking here. It's a lot that I'm taking. You know, with my me beginning this degree, I was so lost, right? And then I met her. Like, that's how things changed for me. Like, her speaking to me, advising me about certain stuff. It's not everything, but it's those important things that she touched on. Everything quite changed for me. Kamo, you have a lot going on for you, okay? You have a lot. And I'm coping right now with everything that I'm doing because she said something to me in my first year, and I still run along with it even today. Continuing, okay? Back to you, my lady. What else do I want to ask you? Let me think. What is your advice, literally? What will be your advice to someone who's at home, has a little bit of interest in this, in being an artist, literally, not just acting or whatever, like presenting anything that's out there? What's your advice? What could be your advice to that little girl, little Yana boy?
I feel like it's a thing of, don't let fear cripple you. Like, it's a very scary thought to be in the entertainment industry, to even make it or try and make it. I feel like just get started and see where the road leads you. So don't get too caught up in other people's experiences of what it's been like. Go for your own experience. Find out what your experience is and is going to be. And don't fall for the whole, if you're going to be part of this entertainment industry, you are signing up for suffering. You are, like, if you take on to that, that will be your reality. So you are in charge of your narrative. Just get started. You don't know where it's gonna lead you. Just trust the process.
Just go with the flow.
Go with it, man.
And what's most important is starting with what you have. Like, when a phone, when a mobile sale, anything that you have, just try something with that.
But I feel like, sorry to cut you, I feel like even if it's not trying practically, but it could be trying in so many ways, like your movie sale. Like, use what you've got, fine. But also don't feel the pressure to start without knowing. Because I feel like, for me, in most instances, I've always felt bad for almost being like behind in comparison to my age mates or people that I'm in.
People have already figured things
people
out.
For me, it's just the thing of, I don't have to have it figured out. Maybe my journey is not going to be as simple as theirs, and maybe I still have to undergo certain processes. You get what I mean? So for me, it's just the thing of, even if you don't start, but do something. You know, do something.
That's a good advice. Okay, I have another thing as well.
Yeah.
What do you think of our acting industry? What is your take? Let's say Kamogelo, who was 18 watching TV, and then as compared to Kamogelo right now, who is preparing to go into this industry. Do you still see it as in the same way? Because then you used to see people that are acting, people that are doing something that I'm so interested in. Right now, there's probably a moment where like, no, that person is not doing it right. How did this person get this role? You know, what's your take on that in terms of acting, storytelling, anything?
So for me, I've never really, in most instances growing up, I think half of my life, I never looked at TV as somewhere I want to be. Like, to be quite honest, right?
Okay.
Because remember, it was just that little girl that, like, literally who did this. It was part of her life, and then she let it go. Right? So it was just there, buried in my subconscious somewhere. But for me, right now it's hard to enjoy things because I look at it from a very critical and technical point of view. I think from just growing up in J, I've always been like, why are you faking your tears? Before even doing drama, you know? I'm like, this one is faking their tears. This cry is not. But now it's more of a thing of, I understand, but also I feel like
You could do better.
People just, I feel like, just get roles because they know people.
Hey!
Like, I don't wanna lie. Like, I'm not gonna name names or whatever.
Would you say also Instagram likes? Or
Yes, so now
followers?
everything has changed. It's no longer the raw talent or the skills that you have or your talent meeting your skills. It's now a thing of how many followers do you have on Instagram? Let's take you. You know, it's no longer
That's
organic.
not fair. Guys, we work so hard, okay?
That's not fair. It's not. So the narrative has changed from having people do this because they can and they've got the talent to, versus somebody that's be like, I think I like acting. Let me try it. And then you get somebody with the skills, the technique, and the talent being in the back burner because somebody decided to try acting out. Somebody decided, let me try acting out because I've got a huge following, and you get that they're
very. That's a very.
That's just my opinion. Some of them maybe are good, but
that's a very sensitive topic because when we work so hard, we try to push ourselves, but then also as an artist who is still training, you keep on asking yourself like, am I really having a spot in the industry? Am I doing all this work, committing 3 years, 4 years into my craft?
5, 6.
Am I 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10? Do I have a spot in the industry now? Is it gonna be about who looks better than me? And that person is taking the role. Like it's a lot actually. I want us to hit on that part about doubting yourself as a performer, doubting your capability, your talent. Because I get it, people say talent doesn't always take you somewhere. Some people say that talent doesn't always take you. The work puts you out there, right? Do you have doubts in terms of that?
In my work?
In your work, in your capability as an actress?
I don't mean to blow my own horn or anything, okay? Like, I feel like, honestly, I always say there's something that I discovered last year. And I said to myself, give me the stage and I'll come to life. So for me, I think I've gotten to a point of not necessarily caring who's got what to say about what in terms of my acting ability. Only if you're going to pour thin water into my cup, I will take it.
Okay.
But if you're going to tell me something without necessarily pointing out or giving me a solution to my problem, then keep quiet.
You might as well keep it to yourself. Then what's the point? Are you changing something?
Exactly. So for me, I've seen the growth in my acting, in my performance abilities from first year to third year. Yes, there are certain mistakes that I repeat, but trust me, I will not make the same mistake twice in 1 year when it comes to my acting, So do I think there's a spot for me in the industry? Definitely. Do I have to fight for it? Of course I do. But will I get there? God knows.
Only God knows and only God can tell. Okay, Gabo, I hear that. And you did say your mom kind of enlightened you in terms of this. What about the rest of the family? Do you have like extended family into this? Like, do they know that, you know what? Ogieli is doing this, and how are they receiving that if they are?
People in your family, extended family never cares. I feel like extended family would only care if you fail.
Never.
I did get support from extended family there and there, but was it genuine? I don't know. But honestly, I feel like it's always been me and my mom. Like, it's just been me and that girl. Like, yeah.
For me, I feel like everything when it comes to your craft, because it's something, it's a personal journey. Therefore, your growth depends on only you, if we become honest. So, I don't think other people really matter.
Exactly. I think that's one thing I also learned. Like, you have to face things head on by yourself.
On your own.
You cry in your room alone. You wipe your own tears. You pick yourself up. You clean your own mess. You go through your own episodes of whatever. And you have to pick yourself up. Like, you can make that call home, but it's not going to heal you if you're not ready.
now that you touched on that, sometimes if I'm going through the most because of acting, because of whatever, or my course in general, I don't have, I don't feel like it can help calling someone at home and be like, even if it's my mom, my grandmom, like, I feel like people don't understand, people don't get it. And it also goes back to the fact that there's a saying that goes like, people can go to auditions, like a person can just wake up, abe go to an audition, and then audition, get the role. You going to study, taking the wrong route, yes,
Learning
assignments,
techniques,
exams, going
organize
that. It's so unnecessary. So I get that type of energy from my family most of the time. So I feel like
that acting is a waste of time. Studying this degree
studying for this is a waste of time.
That's
So
why when I waste of time when I
it discourages me. That's why I'm like, it's your own journey. If you have to walk it alone, you will do it. Even though we full of, and we need support from family. We need support from, that call from mommy. Mommy, I'm not okay. I'm going through this. I'm going. It really does help, and sometimes I do need it, but I'm like, I cannot
it's not gonna
handle
solve
the
everything.
negativity in case it comes, right? I cannot take that. Guys, this acting thing is a lot. Kamo. Do you feel like your spirituality?
I knew it.
Do you feel like your spirituality sort of, I don't know, put you in a box away from everyone else in your course? Like, do you feel like it makes you, like, you feel way too different from other kids, therefore you cannot do certain things that other kids are doing?
I've always been different all my life, literally. But I think I've learned to grow with this thing, man. Like I grew to understand that there's certain things, yes, I would have to myself for the process to go accordingly, right? But do I control the narrative? Of course I do. People might think being spiritually gifted is like you being handicapped. No, guys, you can still live your life, but it's literally like living your life with caution. You just
disciplining.
Exactly. So I think a lot of people fear discipline in their lives because we're so used and accustomed to a life of no boundaries. So with being spiritually called or spiritually inclined, you are able to maneuver your way through things. Is it nice all the time? Definitely. That's not what I'm saying. But I mean, you've got the upper hand sometimes.
You always get there. When did you discover this? Is it something that you have accepted like from the get-go, or did you try to like ignore it?
I never denied it.
Okay. You just took it.
I just they were like, girl, this is what's happening with your life. This is what's happened. This is what you have.
How did you know?
And I was just like, yeah. I had a chance.
Explain, Naka.
I had a chance. That's how I can explain it. I had a chance. It was on my birthday, and I had a chance, and that was like for me, okay, it's confirmed. But like the first time I heard about it was in 2019. Then I consulted in 2020. I tried keeping it a secret from my family, but you know when you're there in the dinner table and it's like, you know what? Well, not dinner table, but like sitting area. And I was like, yo, guys, get on again. This is what they said.
Oh my God. And I feel like that's the hardest.
No, it wasn't. For me, it was just like, because I was like, you know what? I'm going to take this journey on my own. I don't care what my family is saying.
Yeah, I'll block everyone.
And I was like, I'm like, sad. Like, I really thinking this is too hard to bear. I'm like, guys, this is what's happening. So what are we going to do now? Fast forward 2023. We're here now. Again.
Well, I'm so blessed to be sitting next to her. I'm so blessed to be having this conversation with her. I'm taking quite a lot. Thank you so much, Kamo, for coming, for sacrifice, for compromising. I don't know what you were busy with, but I know. You are busy. Okay. Thank you so much for making it. Yeah, so just like that, my people, we have come to the end of our conversation today. Please remember to subscribe, to like, to comment, and share. Let those that don't know, okay? Hit the notification bell so that you're notified each and every time we hit the club. Until we meet again, my name is Kila Mna, ke moradi wa Maphala. Lerato ke lona leo.